Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Cooking for the Family. I'm Dyvonne, and I'm going to share with you what I got going here. I've got some pinto beans boiling here, and I also have them cooking with 1 clove of garlic and 1/4 of a white onion. They're almost about done. I'm going to turn this into some refried beans. I'm going to be doing that in the same pot. I'll share with you a quick, simple way in how I do that. And today I'm making tostadas. So we're going to do a nice tostada bar for the family. These are the ingredients that I'm going to be using. And if you haven't had this shredded beef, I'll share with you how I like to cook the shredded beef. It's different from what's recommended on the back of the package. So I'll share with you how I do that. Here are my other fresh ingredients and also my queso fresca that we're going to be using, some sour cream, and also our salsa, our green onions, tomatoes, and I think I'm going to also add some olives. So this is the cheese that I like to use. You can also use Monterey Jack cheese or regular cheddar cheese grated, but this one here, this queso fresca, you can slice it or you can crumble it, and today I'm going to crumble it. Now if you're not familiar with using this particular type of cheese, it's a really good Mexican brand cheese that goes great on tacos, tostadas. It's just a really nice crumbly cheese. I also sometimes use it if I'm going to be making a Southwest chicken salad. It is great in a Southwest chicken salad. And I'm making a tostada bar as a nice change up from me making a taco bar. And this is right before Cinco de Mayo, and so we like to always have some tacos or some enchiladas or some tostadas before or right around Cinco de Mayo. So if you're looking for a change from the traditional taco bar, I highly recommend a tostada bar. And this is what our cheese is looking like. You just want to crumble it using your fork, just like I'm doing, and just break up your block just like that. And this is all part of my quick dinner prep. I have here also some green onions that I've chopped up. And then I also have some tomatoes that I've also chopped up. I'm going to prepare the lettuce. And this is going to be a perfect meal for my family's busy Saturday today. We have had so much rain in Southern California, and with that has come a lot of weeds and a lot of growth to the grass and to our hillsides. And so my family, we are doing a lot of weed pulling, weed whacking, mowing the lawn, just total yard work. And so it's going to be a busy, long work day. Everyone's going to be tired. So this tostada bar is going to be a perfect fit for today. And to reward my hard workers out there in the yard, I'm going to make them some homemade hot fudge sundaes. Now that I've chopped my lettuce, I'm going to give my lettuce a good wash. We're going to let it drain. I'm also going to put it in the refrigerator so the lettuce can chill up. I'm going to head outside, check on my workers, see how they're doing, do a little weed pulling on my own, and then I'll be back. The lawn is looking great. They're doing the last bit of cleanup and putting all the tools away. Our beans are looking good. They have become nice and tender. I'm going to let my beans cool a bit, and then I'm going to share with you how I just make them into nice mushy beans, kind of like almost like a refried bean that we're going to be doing right in the pot. I'm going to also put some seasoning in. Now when it comes time to season my beans, I don't season them in the beginning. I season them once they're done at the end, because what I have found is that if I put my season such as my salt in at the beginning, it takes longer for the beans to get tender and to get soft. For some reason, that salt in the water ahead of time just kind of keeps the beans a little bit firmer longer, and so season them at the end is what I found works better. So once my beans have cooled down, I'll use my potato masher. Now I do have my liquid that's still right there in the pot, the cooking liquid from the beans. I like to use my potato masher because this is going to smush the beans, give them a nice texture. And so I just do that right in the pot as a quick kind of a refried bean way. A quick shortcut to that second step of refrying them and just kind of smushing them right there in the pot. Now as my beans cool, they will continue to thicken up and become more of that texture that I want, more of that consistency. And so also what you can do, you can also dip your water out, smush your beans, and then keep that cooking liquid and add the cooking liquid that you keep to the side back into the pot to get your texture, that consistency that you're looking for. Likewise, once you put your seasoning in your beans at the end, like I did, you also want to taste them and adjust the seasoning to your liking. I'm going to put the top on my pot. As my beans cool, they're going to thicken up, and I'll share with you what that looks like. So my beans have been cooling for a minute now, and as you see how they have thickened up, and you still have that nice texture in there of whole beans and then beans that we also mushed, and they are like that nice perfect texture. So once our beans are ready, I'm going to prepare our shredded beef. The family's all starting to file back inside. Everybody's washing up and getting ready for dinner. So this is the shredded beef I like to use for a quick dinner. These make great taquitos. And also if you want to do a nacho bar, these make great nachos. You put your shredded beef in a crock pot on low for about 4 to 5 hours or on high for about 2 to 3 hours. Great nachos. Another way I like to prepare the shredded beef is cooking it in a skillet. So I'm going to be putting in about a tablespoon of vegetable oil. I have my flame on high. I'm going to be putting in the shredded beef, and you see that nice sizzle. I want that nice sizzle just like that because I want to create just a little bit of a crust on some of the pieces. And so I'm going to let this cook, and this is going to take me about 12 to 15 minutes just to kind of cook it, warm it through very well, make sure it's nice and hot. I break up the pieces, and then once it's nice and hot, I'm going to put it in my serving dish with a lid, and that'll keep it warm as the family goes ahead and makes their nachos. Now in the description box below, I will have a list of all the ingredients that I'm using to make my tostada bar. In addition, I'll also have a link to my vlog where I make my homemade hot fudge for my hot fudge sundaes. And in that video, I share with you step by step to make the best homemade hot fudge. Our meat is looking good. I'm going to let it continue to cook to get some of those little crispy edges. And we didn't add any water to this. All the liquid is the liquid that's coming off of our shredded beef. And this is my tostada bar fixins. Our beef is ready. We have our beans are ready. I have some tostadas. We have some salsa, our green onions, some olives, the tomatoes, the cheese. I'm going to go ahead and put one together for us. My family has already started to eat, but I'm going to share my plate with you and share with you and show you how I'd like to put mine together. And what's nice about making a tostada bar versus a taco bar is that if you just want to have beans as your main protein that you want to use, you can just have beans and have all of your fixings and toppings, and it works out perfectly. And so I've also put my shredded beef on top. And if you don't care for shredded beef, you can also substitute that for chicken. So you can really kind of make it, into how you want it. I'm going to put a little bit of this lettuce on. And we're going all in. I'm going to put some salsa, some tomato right on top, just like that. We're going to make this tostada with love, y'all. And something that my youngest son likes to do is he warms up. He was warming up a flour tortilla earlier. So he warms up a flour tortilla. He makes his tostada. Then he takes his tostada, folds it over and crunches it, puts it inside of his flour tortilla, and then rolls it and eats it like that. And it's good. It's like a crunch wrap that he made for himself. So tonight, as you see, it's paper plate night. I have our tostada with all the fixins. I cannot wait for y'all to take the first bite. Are you ready? Go ahead and take your bite. Now I'm going to take my bite and see how we did. Oh my goodness. Tostadas. They come out so good. All the flavors, everything. You can eat it just like this. You can grab a fork. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you give this quick, simple dinner a try. This makes a really quick meal, and it's great if you're also going to be entertaining some folks over. Well, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me in my kitchen as I got together our dinner for our busy Saturday of working outside in the yard. If you like this video, don't forget to show it some love, give it a thumbs up, and click share. And share this video with a friend or family. If you're not subscribed, I invite you to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can come back and visit me again in my kitchen. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.